back to my channel. It's your girl Amanda, aka Miss She's Determined. Oh man, look at my great flyaways. So you guys, I'm out here in the streets. I just left one of the t-shirt vending places that I go pick up some of my t-shirts and my hoodies and stuff like that from. If this is your first time to my channel, welcome to my channel. This is your girl Amanda, aka Miss She's Determined. And yes, it's been that kind of day, y'all. I had to take a whole little inhale. It's been that kind of day, y'all. Listen, not that it's been a bad day or anything like that, because every day that we wake up and we above ground, it's a good day, right? So we got to be thankful and grateful for that much, right? But I just want to talk to somebody out there that has been prolonging their dreams, prolonging their goals, prolonging doing the YouTube, prolonging just doing something consistently. I'll never forget, which, you know, every experience in your life is an experience in your life to teach you something, or to show you something, or to reveal something to you, either to you or for somebody else that you know, to you, through you, or for somebody else that you know. And in my experience, I have been a business owner since 2017, and I have crawled, baby. I crawl before I walk, baby, and I feel like it's time for me to start walking in my business. And for anybody who has a dream and who has not been posting, a person who has not been consistent, if you have not been consistent with your business, it's like, what don't you believe about your business that you don't feel like is worthy of consistency? Like, what do you believe about your business that you don't feel like is worthy of multiple posts a day? What do you believe about your business that you don't feel like is worthy? You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to get to, why are you not making it a big deal when somebody else with less quantity and less resources is making their business a big deal? This year, 2024 through 2025, is the year of the big deal. You guys, let's make it a big deal. Let's post it. Let's make it a big deal. Make all of the things that you are promoting and that you have under your bourgeois a big deal. I don't care what it is. Make it a big deal. You're a professional. You're a beautiful, smart, intelligent, capable professional. And if you were a bank, wouldn't you be open 8 to 5? Monday through Friday? You can guarantee that a bank is going to be open. People should be able to guarantee about something about you. What's the one thing that people can guarantee about you? You gotta take chances. You gotta take risks. You gotta know that in these risks there will be a reward. And yes, everything isn't never like gonna happen on your time. It's God's divine perfect timing. So this is what I learned, and this is what I wanted to come on here and say. It is the fact that I went to California one year. And you know how sometimes you can learn something, but you don't apply it until you apply it. You decide that you want to apply that to your life. I'll never forget, my cousin was like talking to me a long time ago, and I didn't apply what she had said to me till like many years later, maybe like a year or two later. Like, it didn't click immediately. And then a year or two later, it eventually clicked for me. Long story short, y'all, I go to California for some time or whatever, just to get away. This was during COVID, and so I go away to California, and it's a vendor, a guy on the street with one of those vendor trucks where he's selling food and everything like that, and he's playing at the time. You know, this is how amazing guy is. He don't want us to change. He want to be the change in us. He wants to make the change so he can get the glory from the situations that we be in. So the guy was listening to Kevin Gates. You got that power of me, power. That song, right? So he blasted it, and he's sitting there selling burritos, cheesy burritos with the little dipping sauce and everything like that. So I'm like, you know what? I just make it. I'm here. As long as I'm here, God is going to bring the people. The Lord is going to bring the people. So I'm like, that is excellent. That is excellent. And it's been times where I thought of him when I wanted to like not do business, when I didn't want to, necessarily, like I didn't promote or post, I thought of him at times. And who would have thought, going to California, I would have met that man and whatever, and he would have just been like telling me all about this, you know, his products and why he still do what he do. Long story short, he like, God brings the people. I just show up. God is going to bring the people. So that's what I would like to say to y'all. Just show up for your community, and then the Lord will send your tribe of people. He will send the people. You don't have to force or fight trying to get sustainability on YouTube and everything like that. And I never understood like people who did those things, like overexerted and compromise, like all these things just to get something when the Lord already has it for you. The Lord already has it for you. He already has it available for you. You just gotta walk in it. So that's all I want to say is, let's stop striving or striding or like racing towards things that the Lord has already established for us. If it's something waiting for you and the Lord wants it for you, you're gonna have it. I'll never forget like asking the Lord when I was like 22, 21. I was so irresponsible, and I asked the Lord for a car. He did not give it to me. He did not give it to me. I was irresponsible. He gave me a car when I could be responsible for it. When I could be responsible for it. And I didn't care like at the time it was what it was. I didn't care. It was because it was in his divine timing, his perfect timing, that I was able to maintain and sustain something that he already had aligned, you know, already had for my life. And it was nothing that nobody could do to stop what he had for my life. It didn't matter what they tried to do, what they said, what X, Y, and Z was. It didn't matter. If it was his will for my life, it was going to be mine regardless. So, and nobody could stop the hand of the Lord on your life. Nobody. I don't care what somebody who call themselves with cars and all of that, any of that, all them people with all of that stuff, nobody can stop what the Lord has over your life. You gotta continue to stay in alignment with what that is, that what the Lord has called you to. Because also you gotta put practicality with that. Practicality meaning, how is he gonna expect the Lord to bless him if he didn't open up his business every day? If he didn't open up his business every day, he couldn't expect no blessing. You know what I'm saying? Why? Because he's not opening up the business in order for the Lord to bless him. So in order for him to have practicality along with the belief that the Lord would send the people, he had to be an open store. He couldn't be closed so, but the Lord is going to bless me. That's not practical. So we have to put practicality alongside the belief, right? If the Lord made a promise to you, that means you have to also be practical about it. Like, how would you feel in your business? Like, how do you want to run it? How do you want it to, you know, be excellent? How do you want his like, how do you want it to be? It has to be practicality with it. So that's my message for y'all today. If there was something that you wanted, no one can stop it from happening. You have to show up for your life. You have to show up for the thing that God has promised you, so then you can receive that thing. The children of Israel, they had to stop complaining. They had to stop doing all that murmuring, so then they can get into the promised land. What is your promised land? What does it look like? Then let's make it practical. Is it being an author? Is it being a singer? Is it being creative? Is it being anything that you want to be? Make it practical. That's like being a millionaire. Make it practical means breaking down and getting a product and selling the product. That's practical. And it's those three, like, that's it. It's practical. So make it something practical. Make it something practical out there, y'all. Make it something that you can practice every single day. You know what I'm saying? And enjoy, because you know that you're in the will of the Most High. Like, you know, you're in his will. And when you're in his will, there is no better place to be than in his will. That man was sitting there listening to Kevin Gates in the will of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, don't let nobody stop you, telling you gotta be all this super holier than thou. These people are stressed out. The Lord is with with them. I ain't gonna say they not, you know what I'm saying? But why God don't want us to be living like that? I remember I tried to be perfect in the sight of the Lord by works, and I think it's even written, like, you're not going to get into heaven from works. It's like doing his will, his perfect will, y'all. So that's what it is. Like, align yourself with his will, so then you could be at peace emotionally and internally. Like, and until you do that, you're probably going to feel a little off or a little out of whack. But until you get into the habit of being in the Lord's will, like, and hearing his hunches and his little whispers telling you to do this and do that, like, when you start getting those little whispers, baby, you in a sweet spot. You in the sweet spot. Yeah. So I just encourage somebody out there, to stop all the overthinking. The enemy wants you to push yourself out of position, because he wants you to overthink yourself into a space of unhappiness and disgruntledness and misplaced joy and things that's not holy, set apart, or pure. So we just ask, and if you need to repent, we always repent for the things that we do understand, that we don't do, and we repent for the things that we don't understand, that we don't know about, and hopefully the Lord gives us revelation on how to change them. So we just, we come out of agreement with anything that's not like the Lord, and the Holy Spirit. We just come out of agreement with that. If it's not like the true and living God, then we renounce it. We come cast it out, And we just thank God for his grace and his glory, because he's done a marvelous work in us, and we just thank him for that. So we just thank him for that. We just thank him for that. And also, I just want to let everybody know, like, the Lord has given everybody an opportunity to create wealth. It's written in the Bible about how he's provided, opportunities for every person in order to create wealth. You know what I'm saying? So when you look at it like that, like, the Lord has created opportunities for me to create wealth, and he's provided it to everybody, then you get on your business, because you say to yourself, like, okay, I'm not excluded from that. I'm not excluded from that. If the Lord has provided opportunities for everybody to create wealth, that means that it's for everybody, that no one's excluded. It said that he has provided ways for everyone to make wealth, not even rich. Don't you think the Lord know what wealth is? They know what wealth was back then. I want a wealthy life, but I want to be wealthy in spirit. I want to be wealthy in righteous behavior and righteous deeds. I want to be financially wealthy. I want to be wealthy in spirit, and I want to be wealthy in physicality and physical. I want to be wealthy in the mental, just a wealth mindset, just a wealth life, a wealthy life. You know what I'm saying? So, yep. Of course, y'all focus on changing yourself. That's how you find out how to make the monies for yourself. You gotta FOCUS. Focus on changing your. Focus on encouraging yourself. You can put the seeds in anything, like anything positive. You know what I'm saying? And then be real with yourself. Am I being honest? Am I doing what's right? Am I doing what's holy? Am I doing what's set apart? And then you go judge yourself from that. But you can always change. You can always change, y'all. All right. Well, I hope